So today I have a jewellery haul for you. I discovered this company through another YouTube channel that's called The Moon and Stars, and I was really intrigued by what kind of jewellery they sold, and it all looked really pretty. After being tagged in one of their Instagram photos, I decided to go have a look at their jewellery, and I was just so excited when I saw some of the pieces. There was one piece in particular that ThePumpkinCoven had uploaded, which I really adored, so I sent her a message and she was really quick to reply, and she told me that it was currently like in the process of being uploaded, and she even let me know once it had been uploaded onto the store so that I could buy it straight away. After scrolling through her whole Instagram, it made it really tough for me just to buy the one necklace, so I ended up buying 5 different things, and I could have bought more. So after buying these items, I think I ordered them like around Saturday or Sunday, and they were definitely here before like the Wednesday of the next week, so the shipping was so fast. It was shipped through a courier, and it came in a really nice box, and each of the items were really nicely packaged so that they weren't damaged or anything. They all came in separate little clear bags as well, which I really like because I hate getting all my jewellery all in one bag. Then I find that the chains all kind of tangle and things, so I was really pleased with the overall kind of like packaging and dispatch of these items. When I got these necklaces, I was in slight disbelief about how nicely made these were. For the price that I paid, these are such a high quality. Since buying these, I've just been like longing to go back and buy more. I'm going to show you the necklace which I originally saw when I went on her Instagram, and it's the one that I fell in love with straight away. Pieces from ThePumpkinCoven have a very similar style. It's a very sort of gothic, and it almost has a Victorian feel to it. It's really fancy, and it's definitely some of my favourite more dressy up necklaces and jewellery that I've got recently. And of course the majority of these pieces do have bats on them. So the first piece I got is called the Mina pendant necklace. I was expecting this necklace to be around £20, but it's actually only £12. And although she only had one of these at the time, I have now noticed on her store that you can sort of order them, so you buy them and then once they're made she sends them out to you. So this is the necklace itself. As you can see, it has this lovely like silver cameo frame. I absolutely adore this kind of style of jewellery, and then from the bottom it has these 3 kind of glass teardrop crystal beads, and then the main part of this pendant is this really large bat. Now most of like my bat necklaces are bats with their wings outstretched, and I really do love that classic look, but I really like the fact that this necklace is slightly different to the usual bat ones that I get, and it's kind of more in a flying motion. Another YouTube channel on here called Gothic Batweb Reviews, they also review a lot of bat necklaces which are kind of different. They're not just bats with outstretched wings, they're kind of more 3D, and I really am starting to kind of be drawn more to that style just because I have so many of the kind of regular sort of original classic outstretched wing bat necklaces. As you can see, it just has a flat back, so it does sit really nicely against your chest, and the chain is actually attached on either side of the cameo itself, and there's a lovely little added detail of a black gem on either side of the chain. Now because there is a chain on either side, it does mean that it hangs really nicely, and it kind of doesn't swizzle around too much. She does sell some where there's a loop at the top with a chain through it, and although I do really like this style, I feel like this way kind of keeps it more balanced and central when you're wearing it. Now ThePumpkinCoven makes all of her jewellery, and it's absolutely amazing how professional this looks. It all seems to kind of be connected seamlessly together, and I have done my chain test on it where I do pull the chain and just see what quality it is. Honestly, it is amazing quality. There's no sign of stretching, and the chain all seems to be fully kind of connected, and it does seem to be a good quality chain. It is slightly thicker. I do like the fact that at the end of the chain there is this kind of extension chain, so you can wear it slightly higher or lower, and this chain is made out of even bigger kind of holes, and it means that it's really easy to get this necklace on. As I have mentioned before, I do sometimes find it difficult to try and get the clasps open and get them through a chain when they're really thin, so this is definitely kind of user friendly as such. When this necklace is on its highest setting, it is more like a choker. I tend to wear it on the lowest setting, so it does hang slightly further down my chest, and then it kind of becomes the sort of centerpiece of the jewelry that I'm wearing. This next necklace I absolutely fell in love with, and when I saw that its name was Bat Queen, I was like, I need this in my life. And when I got this necklace, I didn't actually think about it when I bought it, but it actually goes really nicely with the Mina pendant if you kind of layer them together. Few different versions of this necklace, and there are quite a few different sort of styles where she has different kind of details within it. But of course I chose the ones with the little flying bats on them, and I also chose to have these kind of dangly little teardrop beads coming off the bottom. Now it did cost a little bit extra to have these, but I just thought it completely finished off the piece. I also like that it's kind of got a double chain on the sides, which means it hangs amazingly, and also it kind of keeps it a little bit more sturdy because it is quite a heavy piece. And of course there are two little black gems which finish off this piece before it goes onto the silver chain. Again, it's an amazingly sturdy chain, and it has the same larger end hoops at the end. As I said, I did kind of go full out and tick all the options, so I did get the kind of most expensive version of this necklace. So it did cost me £18, which is probably one of the most expensive things that are in this shop, as most of them kind of vary between sort of £5 and £10. But I just couldn't turn this down, and honestly I've been wearing this so much since I bought it. I tend to wear mine slightly higher up like this as a choker, but you can wear it lower down. I just feel that it sits a lot nicer when you do have it on a tighter setting. I am so pleased with this necklace. I wasn't quite sure what to expect. I have kind of seen various ones of this kind of style which are done not in a very nice way. They kind of end up looking quite tacky, but this definitely has a very elegant look to it, and it just seems so sturdy. I'm not worried about it breaking or anything when I'm wearing it. I'm really pleased that I went for the sort of all-out option and got the little hanging teardrop crystal things at the bottom, because I think it just completely finishes the piece and it gives it an even more elegant look. And as I said, I do like to layer it with my Mina one, and because the Mina one has the exact same little teardrops coming off the bottom, I feel that it just kind of completes the piece and makes it like a perfect set. Another element that I really liked is that it's the same style of cameo that is used. It's just that the Mina one is slightly bigger, so again it's just another excuse to layer them together. When I got this, I expected this to get all tangled when I wore it, and it was definitely a kind of piece that I wasn't too sure about, but I am so pleased I got it. So I got a pair of earrings as well from ThePumpkinCoven. I did feel that it would go really nicely with both my Mina and my Bat Queen necklace. As I have mentioned in some of my previous videos, I am starting to grow my collection of more dangly and larger earrings. I don't really have very many kind of earrings to choose from, and I kind of want to grow my collection. I saw these, I really wanted to get them. I was hoping that she would possibly sell some with some matching bats to the Bat Queen necklace, but unfortunately she didn't, so this was the kind of closest I could get. If I do find any of these little bats on eBay or Amazon, I'm not quite sure where she supplies them from, but if I do come across some, I definitely will be buying some to stick on here so that they completely match. So here are the earrings, and as you can see, it is the exact same size and style of cameo to the Bat Queen necklace, and these are just on simple little hooks, and again it's finished off with a really nice little black sort of glass bead at the top. For earrings, they're definitely slightly on the more heavier side, but they look so pretty when they're on, and once you kind of get over the kind of initial weight of these, they are just so comfy to wear. They don't have any of those slidey back things on them, so if you are one of those kind of people that do like to put a back on it, you may need to kind of borrow some from some other earrings that you already own. They have the smooth back, so this is what people would see if they were standing behind you, but this doesn't really matter. I still think that they look quite pretty from behind. I am so pleased with these earrings, and I haven't actually got any earrings which have this kind of cameo sort of frame to them, and I'm so pleased to have these. I am now on the kind of lookout for some more like similar earrings to this, because I'd like to get some maybe slightly smaller ones and possibly some bigger ones if I could find some which aren't too heavy. These earrings have the very fitting name of the Dark Romance earrings, and these were £6.50. My ears do sometimes get a little bit funny when I wear earrings that aren't sort of sterling silver or like titanium. I'm not 100% sure what these are made of, but I can tell you now that they aren't kind of irritating for my ears, so I'm sure that they're made out of a somewhat good quality metal. So the next thing I got was another necklace, and I got this because I am currently on a major search for like pentagram and pentacle pieces of jewelry. So if any of you watched my like most recent Etsy jewelry haul, which was from a shop called The Charmed Maiden, I bought these earrings, which kind of like hanging pentagram earrings, and I have been wearing the heck out of these since I bought them. Now I do have a necklace that matches it with pentagrams going around and lots of chains hanging off it, and I actually got that from Claire's like ages and ages ago, and some of the gems have fallen out, and although I absolutely love that necklace, it is looking a little bit worse for wear. Now when I was looking through the ThePumpkinCoven's shop, I came across this one, which is very similar to the one I got from Claire's, but instead of having the chains, it has the same little black drop diamonds as the other necklaces which I purchased. Now the thing I really liked about this is that the actual pentagram that is used is exactly the same as the ones from the earrings. I think kind of be like a general craft pentagram that people sell, and it means that it kind of matches. As you can see, the only difference between these earrings and this new necklace is that the new necklace has little black diamonds in the middle. I still think that it matches really, really nicely. Now, this necklace cost me £8.50, so it was one of the cheaper necklaces which I bought. And if any of you are looking to buy it, it's called the Enchantress necklace. I can never say that word. And due to the actual size of it, I'd say that it kind of fits better as a sort of choker or kind of worn higher up the neck. So it consists of 5 of these pentagrams with little links in between them, and each of them have the black diamond in the middle, and of course it has the same sort of hanging teardrop diamonds coming off the bottom. And again, just like all the other ones, it's really nicely finished with these little black glass beads, which I think is one of the reasons why I really love these necklaces. I just feel like she goes into so much effort to kind of finish them off and think of those final details rather than kind of just whacking it all together. Again, it's on the same really nice quality chain, and it does have the bigger hoops at the back, so you can alter the size of it. The only thing which I dislike about this necklace compared to the other ones is that it's not quite as sturdy, so as you can see it really sort of easily twists, but once you kind of got it on and it's sort of secure around your neck, this is no longer really a problem. It's more kind of a storage issue. So this is the kind of tightest setting for this necklace, and as you can see it's sort of more like choker length, and I do quite like it up high because then you can sort of see it sort of in line with my earrings and it all kind of goes together really nicely. Now that I have matching earrings and a matching necklace, I'm now after a matching bracelet. This is definitely one of the lighter necklaces which I have, but it still has enough weight to hang really nicely. I'd say this is probably more of an everyday necklace to the other ones. When I wear the other ones, it's definitely when I'm feeling slightly more fancy or I'm feeling like a day where I want to dress up a little bit more. But I feel like although this still has a very elegant look to it, it's definitely more of kind of like a casual necklace. So this last necklace is definitely something different from what I usually purchase. Now with my jewellery, I always tend to stick to either silver, which is mainly what I wear, or the occasional like black necklace or like leather cord, but I do tend to kind of stick to the colours silver, black and occasionally red. I don't really go for that many colourful necklaces, and although I appreciate the style, I don't tend to kind of go to that kind of pastel goth kind of items. Now while I was looking through ThePumpkinCoven's shop, and I'd gone through all of her necklaces and her earrings and her brooches, and I'd gone through each of the different tabs, I kind of ran out of things to look at, but I still wanted to make sure that I picked the kind of exact items that I wanted for my first order. There was one other section in her shop, and I believe it was called like the pastel collection or the lilac collection, something along those lines, and I kind of thought, this isn't my style, I'm not even going to bother checking it out. And I did accidentally click it, and I was just like, oh, and I was trying to like reload it, and it wasn't until it kind of the page loaded that I was like, whoa, I actually really like this jewelry. I felt a little bit stupid for not actually giving it a chance to start off with, and I did actually get something from this collection. I was expecting it all to be kind of like kawaii and all this, which I'm not really into, but actually it still had the same kind of elegant look to these other pieces which I bought, but it had this whole kind of like lighter and kind of more magical appearance to it. So of course I got a bat themed necklace, and its name is the Gloria pendant necklace, but I got it in lilac, so I assume that they probably sell the kind of exact same one but in black. It does look quite similar to some of the other pieces that she sold, but the stone that's being used has this kind of magical look to it. I can tell that it's probably an artificial stone and piece, but I just really like the way it looks, and it kind of just reminded me of something like an elf or a pixie would wear. Just like the other pieces, I wasn't sure what to expect. I probably wouldn't have chanced buying this if it had been like £15 or something. But just like all her other pieces, it was so well priced. It was only £8, and it's still in that really, really high quality. As you can see, it's in this kind of like pinky sort of purple shade. Now, I definitely don't enjoy wearing pink, but I felt like this was close enough to sort of like pinky blue, sort of get away with it. And it does actually have shades of like blue, deeper purple, and even green and orange in this, which I think is why I felt like it was such a magical piece. Now again, it's in that exact same kind of cameo, sort of almost Victorian style border, and just like my Mina one, it does have an attachment from either side. Again, they did sell one which had a kind of loop at the top like the classical pendant, but I just really liked how unique this looked, and I'd seen other people wearing similar ones on her Instagram page, and I just really liked the way it hung. Again, the same as the other ones I got, it does have a little gem either side on the attaching chains, which really finishes it off. I do really like the fact that the colours match, but I feel like to kind of like design this necklace myself, I would have put the same sort of black beads there, so it still had that kind of overwhelming kind of gothic element to it, but at the same time it had that kind of magical pinky kind of side as well. At the moment, because we are on holiday on the Jurassic Coast, we are surrounded by so many different stories of pixies and fairies and witches, and I felt like this was the kind of perfect piece to wear while I'm in a place like this which is surrounded by magic. And this is the only one out of all the necklaces which doesn't actually have an extension chain on the bottom, but because the links of this chain are quite large, you can still actually alter the size and just choose how tight you'd like it. What I find really cool about the ThePumpkinCoven's pieces is that I have bought 3 different styles of bat necklaces, and all of them have different bats on them, so I really like the variation of it. I am so in love with this. I definitely recommend everyone checking out her kind of pastel section. Although it doesn't really sound sort of dark and gothic, it just still has loads of really gorgeous pieces, and there are some pieces which I really want to buy, although at the moment they are sold out. So those were the 5 things which I bought from the ThePumpkinCoven, and I am so pleased with this order, and I cannot wait to be ordering from her again. The lady is absolutely lovely, and she has amazing customer service. I sent her messages through Instagram mainly because she tolerated me asking her to keep me like in the loop as to when she was bidding her necklaces up, because it just meant I could get all of the ones that I wanted all in one order. Now, I was kind of worried that the shipping was going to be quite expensive, because sometimes with these kind of handmade stores, although I absolutely love supporting them, their pieces are sometimes really cheap, and then they like kind of bulk the shipping up just to kind of get that extra little profit margin, and I can understand why. Making handmade pieces is difficult. It isn't always really that cost effective. The shipping for this company was so good. It cost me £2 for all of these to be shipped, so really it didn't bulk up my overall price at all. On this card, which came with my order, it has all of her information for emailing her, her website and her Instagram, and she's also got a discount code on here as well. So I will put all that information down in the description below so that you can check out her website and see what things are for sale. But I also really recommend looking at her Instagram, because you can actually see real people, real life people wearing her necklaces, and you can see them from different angles, and you get like sort of closer up views, and you can really see what you're buying. I absolutely love it when there's handmade stores that have their shop and also an Instagram, so you can get kind of more photos and you can get more interaction with the actual seller and actually know a little bit more about what you're buying. I have nothing but good things to say about the Pumpkin Coven. The shipping was so quick, the customer service was amazing, the pricing was amazing, and also the pieces themselves are such high quality. If you've got any questions or comments, please do leave them below. As you can probably tell, I'm still on holiday because I don't have all of my mountain of stuffed things behind me. We're about halfway through our holiday now, so it won't be long until I'm back to my usual background. I hope that you're having a lovely week. If it's this sunny where you are, I hope you're enjoying the shade, and I will see you next time. Bye!